because I teased it a little bit.
Yes, sir.
We do have Tim Twentyman's list of 10 free agents that the Lions should be interested in.
I'm excited because I haven't seen this list yet.
Number one,
Jamel
Dean, Tampa Bay cornerback.
Well,
He says this would likely come with the biggest free agent contracts Home would have given out in his Detroit tenure. Not sure if that's likely after his comments in Indianapolis, but there's no denying Dean would be a fit in Detroit as a number one cornerback candidate. He's notched a coverage grade of 75 or better from PFF in every one of his NFL seasons. I don't mind it. I think you're going to have to break the bank for him, and I don't think that Brad Holmes would do that, especially with the class of cornerbacks that are in this year's draft class, like the amount of talent at the cornerback position in this year's draft class. I don't know if I see you giving a big deal to a cornerback.
I'm with you. I think I've been on record with this multiple times at this point, and Brad Holmes, like literally from his mouth, he said, I'm not going to spend a lot of money on a guy, just any guy, because he's a name. It has to be the right guy. He's going to have to be a fit. I don't know that Jamel Dean's a fit, and to be honest with you, like I don't think he's all that. Yeah. I really don't. And almost in the same sense, like GJ, like you really didn't know who the fuck he was until he was like in the trade rumors, and then finally got traded to Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. Same thing with Jamel Dean. This guy's not out there fucking balling, and I don't think he's gonna be worth the money he requires on a bear market, only because he's like one of the only options. I'd rather, if I paid any quarterback on this market, the amount of money that he's probably gonna request is beat Jonathan Jones.
Yeah.
And I believe Jonathan Jones is only 29 or I think it's. But even then, I don't want to pay him either. Who's number two?
Number two.
This
is where I get happy. This is the one I love. I think this is the right fit. I think this is the perfect fit, and I think this needs to happen.
Tiana Trump.
Linebacker. Tremaine Edmonds out of Buffalo. The Lions could be a good landing spot for Edmonds, Twentyman says, who just turned 25 years old May 2nd. Edmonds' 86.9 coverage grade in 22 was the third highest mark across off-ball linebackers. A sure tackler, a good cover guy, and an explosive athlete, Edmonds could be an instant impact player in Detroit's defense. That is Tim Twentyman's report on Tremaine Edmonds. You all know this. I've been preaching for this guy since the season ended. This is who I want. I want you. And I need you. It's Tremaine Edmonds. This is a guy you talked about not overpaying. Spotrac has him at 11.3, which I think is wild.
Wildly low.
Yeah. But, I mean, hey, we'll see.
Yeah, he's 26 years old.
25.
25 years old. Spotrac.
This guy.
Fuck with that way highlight.
If you're paying, you said you're not going to pay any guy. I think this is the right guy to pay. This is a guy who would fit in this defense. This is a guy I'd love to see. Love to see.
We've been over this time and over again. I think maybe even before or just as the season ended. Like Tremaine Edmonds. At first, it was one of those situations, again, and I'm not just being a cheapo. I just don't know if he is what he's being hyped up as because of the defense he played alongside. But him only being 25 years old, I think it's worth the risk. I don't think Brad Holmes will spend the money, though, ultimately, at the end of the day. Yeah. And you talked me into it. So if I was GM, the guy who you say never wants to spend money, I'd probably spend money on him. But I don't think that Brad Holmes is spending the money on him. Who's number three?
Well, let me get Brad Holmes' phone number. I'll talk him into it, too. Number three.
I'll try. I'll look it up.
This is the one I hate.
Brad Holmes' number?
Hate. And I'm not talking Hunter Dickinson.
Okay.
Number three on Tim Twentyman's list of 10 potential free agents the Lions could have interest in. Allen Lazard, wide receiver, Green Bay. He says, Tim Twentyman that is, it isn't a deep class of free agent wide receivers, which should benefit Lazard. He's one of the best blocking receivers in the league, which makes him an instant scheme fit in Detroit. He's got terrific size, 6'5", 227. He caught 60 passes for 788 yards and 6 scores last season in 15 games. I didn't know he's 6'5".
Yeah, he's a big guy.
But still, I'm not in love with it. If he's cheaper than DJ Chark, yeah. Do that.
Yeah.
But he's probably going to command a lot of money because, like Tim Twentyman said, it isn't a deep class for wide receivers on the free agent market. He's going to get a bag probably. You saw what Christian Kirk got. I don't think he's going to get that much, but I think it's going to be more than what people are expecting.
Does it say how many games he played last year?
15.
He played 15. So, and
He caught 60 balls for 788 yards and 6 touchdowns.
in 3 more games, he only had, 200 more yards than DJ Chark?
Yeah.
And 30 more catches, which is actually, that's a lot.
That's a lot of catches.
Just like 10 catches a game. Hey, look, I don't think he's going to cost that much. If you don't bring back DJ Chark's asking for that $15 million, and Brad Holmes isn't quite comfortable with it yet, I actually don't hate that one. I don't hate that one because I'm not looking at it as like a big contract. This guy had an opportunity to be receiver 1 last year. I tried telling you fantasy fuckos who wanted to draft him and tell everybody else to take him because he'd be the only guy in Green Bay that he's had opportunities to be a guy in Green Bay. He's had existing chemistry with Aaron Rodgers, and he had an opportunity to be number 1, and he just ultimately didn't show up. Didn't show up for the job.
Yeah.
Because guess what? He's not suited for the job. But
he doesn't have to be the number 1 here.
No, for sure. And that's why I think you get him for a cheaper deal. So that one I actually don't hate. Who's number 4?
Joey 2 times has a good point. He says, I'm not paying $10+ million for what will end up being our wide receiver 3.
And Alan Lazard
That's what
situation.
Alan Lazard would be.
You probably want 10. At least 10.
Number 4.
Number 4.
On Tim Twentyman's list of 10 potential free agents the Lions should be interested in. Cameron Sutton, cornerback, Pittsburgh. Sutton averaged 70-plus coverage grade and allowed just 411 receiving yards, the 9th fewest among quarterbacks with at least 400 coverage snaps last season. Opposing passers completed just 50.7% of their passes in his coverage area with a 69, nice, 0.6 rating. Sutton's versatility playing outside and inside adds value to
his versatility.
That is somebody that I wouldn't mind them seeing them sign because I don't think he's going to be as expensive as a Jamel Dean, as a Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, and he can do a lot. So that one I don't hate. But again, with the depth of the cornerback talk.
In the draft class?
Yeah. You got, 5 guys that you think could possibly be first-round cornerbacks?
28 years old. Again, one of those names you probably haven't heard too often.
Second pick.
I think in bringing a rookie cornerback into the league, I think we're going to need some veterans that have played in some big games. Steelers, now they haven't been like good or a threat to be competitors or contenders, I should say, but they've always been in the hunt. I think last year was the first year in Mike Tomlin's career that he's missed the playoffs. Pittsburgh's known for defense. I think that's a good veteran to have in your locker room, and I don't think it costs you too much. This Cameron Sutton, guy, grown man, he's 20 years old. I don't mind that.
Wouldn't be bad.
I wouldn't be mad at all.
He's not going to be the top paid cornerback, but he's going to be up there.
Yeah. I'm trying to market value on Spot Track, however it's announced. Do you want to take a guess, or should I just say it?
12.5.
JB, you want to take a guess? Idiot, you're wrong. I'm just kidding. 10?
Yeah.
7.6.
Wow.
It's not bad.
That's not bad at all. If you can get him under 10, I'd say you do it immediately.
Again, veteran guy, played in a competent defense with a great head coach.
7.6?
That, and now let's also keep in mind that this is the website that has Evan Brown making 11 and Tremaine Edmonds making 11.
If you can get Tremaine
So maybe it's
Edmonds
less than
and
that.
Cam Sutton for $18 million, do it right now.
What about Jamal? And by the way, I'm just kidding, guys. Lee,
Oh, yeah.
that was not a good
It
impression.
sounded like Cleveland Brown.
You do it.
No.
Do his voice.
Lee?
Yeah,
Oh, by the way.
you made his voice deeper. Is that how he sounds? Chris, let's hear yours.
Oh, by the way.
That's actually kind
Simeon Timbuk's better. He sounds like Dracula. Have you heard that one? The
No.
one I play on BDE. I'm Simeon Timbuk. They suck the fat right out of you. He literally sounds, dude, me and Neil laugh at it every time.
You're not hungry, nothing.
Neil's not hungry. He sounds like Dracula, dude. It's awesome.
I'm unfamiliar with this game. But Cameron Sutton, 20 years old, probably $7 million or less. Solid signing.
Yeah. And number 5.
Number 5.
Of the top 10, Tim Twentyman's top 10 potential free agents the Lions should be interested in. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Cornerback, or safety, Philly. Lions defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn said down in Indy at Combine last week he values versatile safeties who can also step down and play in the slot. Gardner-Johnson certainly fits that description and was a turnover machine last year for the Eagles with 6 interceptions. Too much money.
Too much.
Too much money.
Too much. No, I'm good. Look, if it comes at the right price, I don't think it's coming at the right price. I don't think it's worth discussing, if I'm being honest with you guys. Are there some fans that also think Matthew Stafford's going to return to Detroit Lions? I think it's a reality that we're going to sign CJ, DJ. I'm sure there are. There are fans that think Jared Goff can win you a Super Bowl here in Detroit. Neither of which I believe are true. It's just not happening. It's not even worth being part of a discussion.
Yeah. And
6, Zach Allen.
yeah, I just want to do, we're not going to do the back 6 or the
Okay.
back 5.
But
I just want to do the coldest name on the list. Somebody that I would want on my defense. Rock Ya-Sin,
Yeah.
cornerback, Las Vegas.
Hard.
That's an all-time name.
As an all-time.
Your
That's
name's
government?
Rock. Your first name's Rock.
Rock, yes.
That's a baller. Ya-Sin.
And the last, yeah, because it's a hyphen too. It's like maybe you don't even have to say the sin.
Yeah.
Maybe you should be like Rock ya.
Ya-Sin is a physical corner who, at his best in man coverage, press man coverage, which we know Aaron Glenn likes to play. Teams completed just 58.5% of their passes on him with just 1 touchdown this past season. He's got to improve as a tackler against the run, but he's still young, 26, with some upside. Rock Ya-Sin.
One more name on the list. I'm just gonna read it off, and we'll go over break, and then we'll talk about the looking at Brad Holmes' past free agency classes and see if any of these names fit that narrative. But David Long, Tennessee Titans linebacker, I
Yeah.
do like that one. Long is one of those linebackers who's proven over his first 4 seasons in the league that he can do a little bit of everything. His 89 run defense grade in 2022 ranked 4th at the position. He's also a skilled pass rusher and blitzer. Now that's a guy I think is gonna get one of those top 3
I
contracts
saw
in
like
the market.
El Sair out of San
Canada.
Francisco. I was surprised he wasn't on that list.
Couple guys in I mean, some guys. I like TJ Edwards too.
TJ Edwards.
I do like that one too.
There's a couple good linebackers out there you can sign.
Same type of deal. Like David Long, I think is gonna command like a top 3 contract in like this year's free agency class at the position. But TJ Edwards, I feel like that's gonna be similar to like the Stephen Tulloch contract, the Lions side.
Yeah.
He was just like, yeah, he was good, but he didn't get enough respect to get the bag.
Yeah.
I feel like we get that out of TJ